The nervous face blushed like a tomato. Then they played the final game, and Yingling won again. That earlier closeness seems to have boosted him. This time, I'm definitely choosing truth, because I refuse to be secretly judged again. I'm seriously scared to death. What should I do? That question hit right at the core of Chunchi's vulnerability. She saw her bag stuffed with jaw-dropping items. It was like a pharmacist's dream come true. At that moment, Chunchi couldn't believe her eyes. This seemingly bright girl hid a fear of death inside. With no clear answers, she chose another wild adventure. Did we really sleep in the same bed? But we didn't say a word all night. How mysterious. The next morning, she received a call from Gongzi. Her friend's trip had been discovered. Luckily, Gongzi reacted fast and played it cool, while her friend was puzzled about Chunchi's trip. Give me a good reason when you return. They packed up for home. On the way, Yingling again invited her to winter travel, and Chunchi agreed readily. Yingling was pleasantly surprised to see Chunchi step out of her shell, feeling a flicker of happiness, but once home, Chunchi seemed like a different person. She was surprisingly waiting quietly for Yingling to message her. After the break, Gongzi couldn't hold back her temper and found Chunchi, but this time Chunchi chose silence. But the trip delighted Yingling, so she invited Chunchi home under the guise of borrowing books. While they were playing video games together, Yingling raised a profound question, and the inner unease she felt made her anxious to complete borrowing the books and depart. Just then, Yingling suddenly hugged her from behind. Chunchi felt uneasy, wanting to do something inappropriate with someone she disliked. She intended to refuse, but recalled Gongzi's words. After days together, she compromised. But the next second, Yingling burst into laughter. It was all just a joke. Chunchi felt like a clown, unable to express her emotions. Finally, she tackled Yingling onto the bed, who thought it was still a joke, but upon seeing Chunchi's serious look, felt a wave of regret. Yingling dashed out in tears, bringing Chunchi back to reality. She grabbed her bag and left hastily, Yingling heartbroken. After going outside, Chunchi felt guilty about her recklessness. Just then, the class monitor appeared, and the interaction with Yingling raised his suspicions, and she finally understood. It turned out that Yingling's ex-boyfriend was none other than the class monitor. Just at that very moment, Yingling also heard the noise and quickly ran out. She didn't care about the class monitor's concern and went straight to Chunchi, drawing a line with him. Faced with this situation, she could only silently leave with her green. Sitting on the ground, Chunchi felt like a joke, silently vowing never to connect with anyone. She thought this way she wouldn't cause trouble for others. Seeing her so negative, Yingling felt an inexplicable pain in her heart. She believed this wasn't fate, but the countless choices they made that led to their meeting. Yingling had fallen for her long ago. The reason she kept hesitating and refrained from confessing was simply that she didn't want Chunchi to endure the pain of learning all by himself, and this was definitely not the outcome she had hoped for. I was truly sorry about just now, thank you. Wow, another beautiful day. Let's keep checking off that bucket list from the diary. Oddly enough, Chunchi had never experienced many things, and their relationship subtly changed. Soon, she was reborn over retirement concerns. Chunchi, anxious, visited her in the hospital. When she opened the door, she was greeted by the unbelievable sight of Yingling doing relaxation exercise. Yingling blushed, almost melting in embarrassment. Her parents made a big fuss over this hospitalization. Almost everyone knew, but she requested the hospital to keep the illness a secret, including from Gongzi. This time, Chunchi asked her a profound question: what's the point of living? After some thought, she shared her perspective. Yingling's world is so complex. It's about human joys and sorrows. The words seemed to touch Chunchi's heart. Yingling hugged her again, and this time, it was no joke. Gongzi suddenly burst in, angrily blaming Chunchi. Yingling, seeing trouble, hurriedly fled with her. Later, she got word of Yingling's delayed discharge and couldn't evade her feelings. When she secretly visited the hospital, Yingling led her out. Turns out, she had found a beautiful spot behind the hospital. If I don't come here with the person I like, I'll regret it for life. Chanshu finally expressed her feelings, leaving Yingling momentarily stunned. Suddenly, a light flickered on their faces, and a burst of fireworks exploded in the sky, illuminating their surroundings with a myriad of colors. Both were dazzled by the fireworks display, and Chanshu actively embraced her, a little spark igniting in her heart. She really wished this moment could last. At that moment, their hearts drew infinitely closer. This fireworks display seemed to witness their declaration of togetherness. Soon after, Chanshu received news that Yingling was discharged, and they agreed to meet at that cherry blossom cafe. Before leaving, her mom was overjoyed, as if her son had fallen in love. Chanshu had transformed. She even proactively asked Gongzi for gum. Upon reaching their meeting spot, she patiently waited, occasionally sending Yingling playful messages, feeling more excited than nervous. She waited a long time at the cafe until sunset, but Yingling didn't show. She had no choice but to head home, but her heart kept waiting. Just then, a news report about a serial killing aired on TV, and it happened nearby. Hearing that, her heart sank. On screen appeared Yingling's photo, and the victim hadn't even reached the hospital before passing. Chanshu could hardly believe her eyes. It was as if being struck by lightning. She trembled all over and couldn't accept the reality. Eventually, lost in a daze, she fell down the stairs. That day, many attended Yingling's funeral, but Chanshu was absent.